What if I told you that you're not actually lazy? That your lack of discipline isn't really your fault? What if the whole problem, the real enemy, isn't you at all?
You know the feeling, right? That first day, that first week, you have this incredible burst of energy. You have a new plan, a fresh start, and for a few days, you feel completely unstoppable.
And then, nothing. It's like a light switch just flips off inside you. All that momentum just vanishes. And the plan that seems so clear, so achievable, suddenly feels absolutely impossible.
So you have to ask yourself, why? Why does every single promise you make to yourself just seem to crumble? It's this soul-crushing cycle. But what is really going on underneath it all? I'm sure you've heard this 1,000 times. We all have. It's plastered on every motivational poster. It sounds so simple, so straightforward, but it's missing the single most important piece of the puzzle, right? No one ever actually tells you how to do it, how to fight back against that invisible force that just keeps pulling you back to your old ways. Because the truth is, consistency has almost nothing to do with raw willpower. It's about something much, much deeper. Please just let this sink in for a second. You are not lazy. You're just programmed. See, you're in a fight, you've been in a fight for a long time, but you've been fighting the wrong enemy this whole time. The real opponent here isn't your to-do list or your lack of time. It's that 3-pound chunk of matter between your ears. Your own brain is actively working against you. See, your brain has one prime directive, one that's been hardwired into it for millions of years: survival. And to your brain, survival just means one thing: comfort. It means conserving energy, avoiding anything that feels hard, and seeking what's easy. Your ambitious goals for growth and success, your brain sees those as a threat. And this right here, this is the fundamental conflict. It's a constant tug of war. Your conscious mind wants to grow, to achieve, to become more. But your deep primal brain is slamming on the brakes, desperately trying to keep you right where you are, where it's comfortable and safe. And it actually gets worse. Our modern world has turned your brain into an addict. It's completely hooked on these cheap, easy hits of a chemical called dopamine. Every scroll, every like, every short video is a tiny instant reward that feels good for a second. And that's the trap. Because real work, the kind of work that builds a future, it's slow, it's hard, it's often boring. It doesn't give you that instant rush. So when your brain is given a choice between the hard thing that pays off later and the easy thing that feels good right now, it's gonna pick the easy pleasure every single time. But okay, even deeper than brain chemistry, there's something else. Something far more powerful that's holding you back. The biggest reason you can't stay consistent isn't just about dopamine. It's about your identity. It's about the story you tell yourself. Does that little voice in your head sound familiar? I'm just not the kind of person who can stick with things. I always give up. That's the story. And your brain, like a loyal servant, listens to that story and does everything it can to make it come true. This is the absolute key to everything. If, on a deep level, you believe you are an inconsistent person, your actions will always, always align with that belief. You'll sabotage yourself, not because the work is too hard, but because quitting is what an inconsistent person does. You're just proving your own story right. So, how do we break the cycle? How do we finally fix this? Well, it's not by trying harder, it's by being smarter. We have to stop relying on motivation, which always fades, and start building something real: momentum. The strategy is incredibly simple, just 2 steps. First, you have to stop looking at the top of the mountain. That's overwhelming. Instead, just focus on the very next step. That's it. And second, you make that next step so ridiculously tiny, so easy, that your brain doesn't even see it as a threat. Look at the difference here. The old goal, study for 5 hours, is just setting yourself up for failure. It's intimidating. But the new action? I'll study for 20 minutes no matter what. That's a promise you can actually keep. This is how you start to build proof. This is how you build momentum, one tiny win at a time. Okay, so building momentum with these small actions is how you start winning the battles. But if you want to win the war for good, you have to complete the final most important step. You have to consciously, deliberately change your identity. This is where it all finally clicks into place. Every time you complete that tiny 20-minute action, you earn the right to tell yourself a new story. You stop saying, I'm an inconsistent person. Instead, you start saying, I am the type of person who shows up. Not, I hope to be consistent. No, I am a person who shows up, even on the bad days, especially on the bad days. And that is the ultimate secret. You have to let go of this idea of perfection. Perfection is the enemy. It will make you quit. The goal isn't to never miss a day. The goal is to simply show up, to try again and again and again. That is what real consistency looks like. You know, the fact that you're still here, that you watched this all the way to the end, that proves something. You're already showing up. The real work begins now. Stop fighting with yourself. Start working with your brain. Stop telling yourself that old broken story. Start building a new identity, one small action at a time. The real question was never, can you be consistent? The real question is, who do you choose to become, starting right now?